What up, first team? It's your boy DAT. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. And of course, I had to bless y'all with another interview. Today, we are here with a great friend of mine, Izzy Maldonado, owner of Norma's Flower Shop. Izzy, how you doing, bro?
Good, and you?
Good seeing you, man. Good seeing you. Well, we like to start off these interviews with a question. And just give me your 3 descriptions of how soccer makes you feel.
If I could describe soccer, I would describe that it makes me feel happy, young, and free.
Okay. I like how you said free. Like, what's so freeing about the sport for you?
I just feel like in my case, when I play FIFA or when I watch soccer on TV, I kind of just forget that I'm almost 30. I forget that I have a business to run.
Yeah.
I forget that I have a partner at home. I have bills to pay. So it's kind of like therapy.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting you say that, because a lot of times people talk about how, any sport, but in this case, soccer, like it's like their escape from, life in general. And that doesn't mean to ignore those things about life, but what soccer does, it does feel therapeutic. It gives you that joy, even if maybe your team is not doing so well, but it's just that hope that it provides. Did you play soccer growing up?
I started when I was 10 years old.
10, okay. What position were you?
I started as a defender.
Okay.
Of course, being more stocky, not being able to run that much. I started as a defender. And then kind of transitioned into goalkeeper.
Oh, okay. What made you go into goalkeeper? Were you forced, or?
The team needed one.
Nobody else wanted to be a goalkeeper?
No. One day we were about to start the match and there was no goalkeeper, and the coach was like, who volunteers? I was like, I'll do it.
Dang, everybody wants to be all flashy and whatnot. Goalkeepers are needed. Always needed. They're the reasons why you get your clean sheets, all that stuff. So no, that's so funny. So looks like you never left that position, right? So you embodied it all the way through college, right?
Yep.
Okay. Since you said you started at 10, right? So who got you into soccer?
I would say my dad.
Okay.
My dad.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I didn't really want to do sports, and my dad kind of forced me. It's in our culture.
Yeah.
To play soccer, to watch soccer.
Right.
And he said, if you're gonna do sports, it has to be soccer.
Right.
So it was forced.
It's funny you say that, because I think middle school I tried out for the baseball team. Okay. It's like club. Right. They accepted me. And my dad out of nowhere was just like, no, you're gonna play soccer. I'm like, what? Like, how are you gonna just take my dreams of being in the MLB and tell me I have to play soccer?
Bro, there was times I wanted to do maybe American football.
Okay.
I wanted to skateboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at one point, Tony Hawk was big, and my dad's like, no, like you have to play soccer. You have to. Yeah. I'm taking you this weekend. You have to. So.
But to be fair, like, I guess I can understand when your family comes from a nation of such passion for the game. You are of Mexican descent, so I know the game is so big in Mexico. So what does it mean to you personally to be Mexican and to support the Mexican national team?
It's all we know.
Yeah.
It's literally all we know, You see how big it is. I mean, even, I don't know if you remember Mexico versus Germany.
Yes.
When we scored,
there
was an earthquake in Mexico. Whew. So that's how big it is to support Mexico in the country.
Do you have a specific memory watching the Mexican national team, like where they scored a winning goal, or just like a crazy moment happened? And do you remember where you were during that time?
I feel like I would say 90% of the games, 95% of the games.
Okay.
But the memories that stick with me are always the ones in the World Cup.
Of course.
Mostly because we're always considered the underdogs. Every World Cup we get someone really good.
Yeah.
And we always end up doing good. I don't know if you remember, we beat France, we beat Germany, tying Brazil. So I have those memories, with my dad watching, where it's like, yo, like we did it. You know? So
on the topic of Mexico, what is it like for you being Mexican and knowing that they are going to be one of the host countries for this upcoming World Cup?
I would say it's a little scary right now with what's going on. We don't have a strong team right now. The stadium is not ready.
I don't think many stadiums are ready, honestly.
Some of the violence that is going on right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit of a bad timing for Mexico.
Yeah.
I think at the end they're going to pull through and have everything ready. But soccer-wise, I don't see us as good as other years. We're still in that rebuilding stage.
Right.
And it's really hard to watch some of the games. It's either a tie or a 1-0 winning through a PK.
Yeah.
So.
No, I hear you on that. And I think we were talking about, how the sport at times it makes you feel free and it's a little bit therapeutic, that because of maybe what's happening out in the real world, that's, soccer or watching your favorite club team or your national team, it really does provide a way of escape, and sometimes it can inform said things. I remember Didier Drogba when he played in the African Cup of Nations with Ivory Coast, and I believe they won it, and he used that moment to speak to his nation about an ongoing civil war that was going on at the time, and through that, and of course, some diplomacy here and there between the both ends of the conflict, there was a bit of a ceasefire, I want to say, so they ended that civil war. So sometimes sports can be used as a means of not just not thinking about current conflicts, but it can also maybe help in some ways. And dude, honestly, I think once the World Cup comes around, you may think that maybe your team's not strong enough, but shoot, they probably will surprise you. You have a favorite player?
I would say my two favorite players have always been Manuel Neuer and Iker Casillas.
Ooh, okay. See, I appreciate that. You didn't go the route of like wingers or midfielders. This is you're a true goalkeeper just for saying that. So what is it about their games that really fascinates you?
I would say, when I first started, I looked up a lot to Ochoa.
Yes, of course.
It's,
you have to.
It's Mexico's keeper.
Yes.
But as I got older, I started loving the way Iker Casillas played.
Yeah.
He was a short goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Captain, leader, quick, shot stopper.
Right.
And as I got older, playing into high school and college, I started falling in love with how Neuer was playing.
Yeah, he played audaciously.
He was a sweeper keeper. I don't think kids today know anything. Like Manuel Neuer was that guy.
He was. He did it effectively, yeah.
Like every team wishes they had a goalie like Manuel Neuer.
For sure.
I think now you see keepers that are similar to him, or maybe Ederson. But having a sweeper keeper is just...
It's perfect because it really disrupts attackers where you don't have enough space to run into goal. So when you have a goalkeeper just there, it really will frustrate them a lot. You were playing as a goalkeeper up until college, and then you made a transition into the real world, working, so on and so forth. So what was that like for you?
I think just like everybody else, it's very hard to go from school and soccer into school and work.
Yes.
It was very difficult the first 2-3 years, but you get used to it. At that age, you also want to start making money.
Yes.
You want to start buying things for yourself, but it was very difficult. I had stopped playing because I wasn't getting enough playing time, and a lot of the traveling and training was just not beneficial for me to stay on the team. So that's kind of where it ended. Sophomore year.
So now you are a business owner, work at a floral shop. So what got you into not just being a business owner, but providing arrangements, providing flowers for events? What got you into that?
So I was going to school for marketing.
Okay.
And I was currently working at a bank, and my mother was working at a flower shop in Newark. Mm-hmm. And at the time, her boss was selling the business.
Okay.
And it was just perfect timing. It was like 1 + 1 = 2. Mm-hmm. I was going to help her with the marketing aspect, mm-hmm. the website developing, mm-hmm. and she was going to be the floral designer. Mm-hmm. So we got together and we opened up in Union. It was convenient for us. And ever since then, it's been good. 8 years in business now.
8 years, wow. Yeah. Is there any challenges that you faced, starting a business from scratch?
Everything.
Such as?
I think no one knows the answers to everything until you start doing things. Even something as simple as paying quarterly taxes, or
that sounds new to me.
Getting a permit
yeah.
For a sign.
Yeah.
When you first start a business, you kind of just start seeing what you need to do, but then you don't know that you have to do something else that comes with it,
Right.
So you just learn from mistakes as you go. And I think that's been the most challenging,
Do you have a success story from owning the flower shop?
And when you first open a business, everyone says that if you can get past the first 2 years, you're good to go.
Okay.
If a business closes within the first 2 years, it's done.
Okay.
So you don't start being profitable the first 2 years. You're allowed to lose, with expenses.
Right.
So I would say that, after the first 2 years, we started becoming profitable.
Okay.
And ever since then, we grow in sales.
What are your plans for it moving forward? Are you looking to still stay in Union? Are you looking to expand? What are you looking to do?
Everyone always asks me, when are you opening the second one?
Right.
Honestly, we have been talking. We're open to franchising.
Okay.
But not in owning multiple. It's just too much to handle.
Right.
At the moment. But we are definitely open to franchising, giving the rights of the name and the website to other people.
Okay.
To open up their own Norma's Flowers.
That's a great blessing. To even be in that position.
Yeah.
For sure. How is it like when you first started? Did you have experience with arranging flowers?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing
so your mom was the one that was showing you how to go about it.
So in the beginning, I was kind of just like handling the retail aspect.
Okay.
Cashier, deliveries, website,
right.
Handling calls, emails. It wasn't until like maybe 3 years in where it was like, all right, I have to get back in there and start making arrangements in the case. Because it was just a lot of orders, a lot of things to handle,
Right.
Too much for my mom to do on her own.
Right. So when it comes to soccer and your business, is there anything that you can pull from playing soccer as a goalkeeper, or just, your experience as a player being around your teammates that informs you about business?
I would say that I involve soccer into my lifestyle every day without even noticing it.
Okay.
And not in a playing way, but kind of in like a lifestyle way. For example, I'll go into work, right? And I'll listen to all the music that Lamine Yamal listens to.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like I'll wear a certain jacket that Jude Bellingham was wearing, And so I feel like in those ways, I involve soccer into my lifestyle. Okay. Wearing a soccer jersey to work. Yeah. Wearing a tracksuit that Messi is wearing. Right. So it's kind of how I involve soccer. Okay. So earlier we talked about you going to an event that JD hit you up and said, hey, you want to come and look at this launch? So can you talk to us more about that? Yeah, so I was at work and I had gotten an email from Nick, shout out Nick, from JD Sports, and he reached out inviting me to the new Adidas Jamaica Bob Marley event in New York.
Yeah.
And I accepted the invite, and then from there, he offered to send me some product from the collection, and it was very fun, very cool. Growing up, I used to manifest of getting free product from Adidas because my teammates, my friends used to make fun of me. They used to be like, "Oh, you think you're sponsored by Adidas? You act like you're sponsored, or is he sponsored?"
Hey, man.
And I was just kind of like, not that I'm sponsored now, but you know, receiving product was big for me from the brand that I most love. You know,
Yeah.
Adidas has been like my number one brand as a kid, and it was just so cool to get an invite from JD Sports and Adidas, and to show up and see some of Bob Marley's family there. You know, they had everything Jamaica. You know, they had Jamaican patties, drinks. It was very fun, very cool experience. It's something that I always manifested, like one day, you know, Adidas is gonna reach out one day. And it happened randomly, you know, so it was very, very cool.
Izzy, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to speak with us. Major shout out to him and Norma's Flower Shop. Have great floral arrangements. I actually have a personal story about my experience with them. I actually proposed to my now wife, and I gave her a lovely bouquet of flowers courtesy of Norma's Flowers. So if you're definitely in the area of Union County, New Jersey, please stop by, please check them out. They are great when it comes to customer service. They're just top-notch people, so definitely do check them out. So thank you guys for watching this. Thank you so much for taking time to watch us and just talk about, you know, soccer and business. So take care, and remember to always stay beautiful. Peace.